Please take the
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Murray,
I'm here.
Dr. Connors,
Present.
Mr. King, Dr. Nelson,
Here.
Mr. Patel,
Here.
Ms. Rivers,
Here.
Ms. Salgado Cowan, Ms. Smith,
Here.
Ms. Stafford.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Hereby being known that the Piscataway Township Board of Education has complied with the notification requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act for the announcement of this meeting, date and place on April the 4th, 2025 in the following manner. Posting of this public notice on the posting board for the Board of Education in the Administration Building, email notification to newspapers, Server Piscataway, the Home News Tribune, and the Courier News. Email notification filed with the municipal clerk at the municipal building on Hose Lane. This meeting is being videotaped. This recording is not an official record or supplement to the minutes. It is intended only as a source of information that the public might utilize later at a later date and time to familiarize themselves with board activities. Executive session. Be it resolved that the board adjourn to executive session for the purpose of review and discussion of personnel agenda, litigation, HIV monthly report, and other matters pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12B. Can I have a motion?
motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
We're in executive session. Now the rest I'll slow up for Mr.
Good.
Rubin.
I'm-
That part was easy. Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are now back in public session. Okay, we're gonna jump down, skip to my little, and go to the president's report, all in that fashion. The president report for July 10th, 2025. Congratulations to the class of 2025. It was wonderful to watch all of our graduates be rewarded for their hard work, talent, resilience, as Piscataway High School graduated over 550 seniors in a joyous ceremony at Jersey Mike's Arena. Congratulations to all the parents, family, and friends who celebrated this great achievement alongside their children. And to the teachers and staff who guided and encouraged them, congratulations also to all our students on their promotions in 2025 who will continue their education journeys in September. Best of luck to all of our students currently taking advantage of the summer programs offered through our Office of Community Education. The Jump Ahead Academic Assistance Enrichment Program combines digital and direct instructions to turn the summer months into valuable learning time. Our summer camp provides every child with the memorable trips and experiences, and families with safe, secure environment for their children over the summer. Other summer sessions include SAT prep, robotics, coding, tennis, basketball, science, intro to theater, and more. We're happy to be able to offer so many opportunities for our children a memorable summer. Everyone stay safe, enjoy your summer, and that concludes my president's report. Next, we have the superintendent's report.
All right, good evening, and thank you, Ms. Cherry, for your comments. Tonight, I'd like to acknowledge also the graduation ceremony, the fifth grade move-up ceremony, the middle school graduations, and the grade 3 move-up ceremonies. When you go to a ceremony like that, you see all aspects of the Piscataway community. You see how we all, in our own way, contributed to the development of a child. And as a superintendent or a teacher, a principal, it's a very, very humbling experience to see that. So I would like to acknowledge all our faculty and staff in contributing to the children in our district, and the highlight. The highlight was the high school graduation. Really? Come on.
It's fabulous.
Really?
Not the bus?
No, the bus was good, but really,
We had jokes.
you know, it was, those kids, they looked beautiful, they presented themselves so well, they were focused, you know, everything was excellent. And just think for a minute, you were part of their story, all of you, so thank you. I have to acknowledge Ms. Ritchie. I left her off my acknowledgements at the last meeting. You don't need to know why, but Ms. Ritchie, if you hear this or someone tells you I acknowledged it, with one of our little people, you did a really good job. You really did a good job. And Omar is doing well also. I called his mom about 2 weeks ago, and I'm waiting to hear back from her, you know, and she's doing well. August 5th is the night out, and our kids, they're still here. Don't think summer's quiet in Piscataway. They're everywhere, no matter where you go. And I have to commend Mr. Oliveira, because the projects are moving on track. You know, they're moving on track, and I have to commend the administrators, because I know you think it's the summer, but I don't know about you, but I've never worked like I have in the last month. It's like, where am I? Who am I? What am I doing? I'm going to have the board take up a collection for filler and my hair. Please don't record that. Personally, when I'm in my quiet moments, somebody in my family said to me, you know, Aunt so-and-so, how do you take care of so many kids in school? And I said, I'm not in it alone. I'm not in it alone. And I never thought of it like that. You know, you're not in it alone. And if you service the people that you service, the people in turn will service the children. And together we'll be all right. But I want to tell you a Piscataway story. I went to one of your little local stores. I don't usually take a lunch, but I leave the building every day just to get air. And I came out of the store, and a young man with the most beautiful hair I've ever seen, he held the door open for me. and I had tea in one hand and my wallet and keys in the other. And I said, "Oh, you made my day." I said, "I don't have to worry about how to open the door." And then he looked at me and he said, "Well, I'm feeling good." He said, "I'm a student at Rutgers." I said, "Good for you." And then he tells me, he said, "My name is," and I couldn't pronounce it now. I really couldn't. And I told him my name. And he said, "I just came from my counseling session." I said, "Good for you." I said, "Good for you." I don't know this child. I said, "Good for you." I said, "You know, you go to counseling for one reason, to become a better you. We don't go to counseling for anything else." And then he looked at me and he said, "Have you ever gone to counseling?" I said, "Well, I really shouldn't tell you this because, but yes, I have. Because I want to be the best Johanna I can be. And sometimes my faith and my parents, I needed more. I needed an expert." And he told me he's majoring in Rutgers to be a director. I said, "I hate to tell you this, you're good enough to be an actor." He said, "Yeah, but there's more money in directing." So he's in Rutgers to be a director. He's a graduate of South Brunswick High School. He's a sophomore at Rutgers. So I said to him, his name began with an O. I said to him, boom. I said, "We've been talking for about 5 minutes." I said, "What did our conversation start with?" And I could tear up over it. He said, "Johanna, it started with kindness."
That's right.
There's your Piscataway story. There you go.
Here it is.
There it is, right or wrong. But none of us have hair like this kid, Mr. Connors. None of us have hair like this child. Look at Mr. Rubin.
I've had hair since the Nixon administration.
I really mean it. None of us do. And the other thing I love about Piscataway, I love it when I tell the people and when I hear it, because they're very intense, they're very, very serious. They get their work done, they get their job done, but I look at them and I go, "Guys, we're not doing surgery. Could we just have what? What do I say to you? A little
chuckle?
fun?
A little fun.
A little, can we laugh a little bit? We're dealing with children, we're the humanities, and I'm glad tonight we had a laugh over, that. Before I end, summer in Piscataway, as Miss Cherry said, is still very engaging, and I'd like us to just take a second to acknowledge our neighbors in Plainfield with the declared emergency. We escaped it. One of our schools lost power, but nobody was injured. And I also, in your thoughts, think of the families in Texas. That was a tragedy. But when you come from a town where a young man says to somebody he doesn't know, and you're talking, he says it starts with kindness, this town can get through anything. You're good people, so thank you.
Thank you for kind words. Personnel and Labor Relations, Ms. Nancy Salgado Cohen.
Be it resolved that the following motions identified as items A through R be approved as presented.
Motion.
Second. Mr. Rubin, can you take the roll call?
Dr. Connors.
Yes.
Dr. Nelson.
Yes.
Mr. Patel.
Yes.
Ms. Rivers.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Ms. Stafford.
Yes.
Ms. Salgado Cowan.
Yes.
Ms. Cherry.
Abstain, B1, yes to the rest. No committee reports, approval of minutes, Ms. Rivers?
Remember I was going to.
Oh, I thought you were doing that another time, my bad, time's up.
All right, there were no committee reports, but as chairman of fiscal, I just wanted to share with everybody, we didn't have a meeting, but what happened is that on June 30th, the governor signed the state budget for the fiscal year 2026 into law. And I just wanted to highlight what that meant for us in terms of, K through 12 formula state aid. The budget includes some significant developments regarding the funding formula that reflects various advocacy priorities. First, the budget includes several tools to decrease the aid volatility and increase predictability. And so what they're doing is that they are keeping from last year that budget language. So the state will limit on a maximum of 3% decreases on those four main categories of categorical aid. But on the biggest piece, equalization aid, the budget again will be capped year over year increases at 6%. In other words, as you recall from our budget presentation, that if this wasn't done, Piscataway, based on our figures in terms of the town's taxing authority versus what the state calculates for our local share contribution, was a huge gap. And what that meant is that if they would have run the formula without this 3% decrease or 6% maximum increase, we would have lost $13.5 million of our $27 million in state aid. Instead, it was 3% of the 27, which is about the $800,000 that we're talking about. So the good news is that in this budget approved by the governor on June 30th, that includes K through 12 formula state aid, that is what's going to happen again next year through budget language rather than the traditional legislation. And so I just wanted to report that to people because that helps us plan for next year.
Correct.
As opposed to
Preparation.
last year.
Good.
Thank you so much for that information, Dr. Connors, keeping it transparent and keeping the public notified of what has taken place already and what's in the record books for the state. Thank you again. Approval of minutes, Ms. Rivers?
Be resolved that the following minutes be approved as submitted. The special meeting on June 2nd, 2025, in executive session June 2nd, 2025. Second. Get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Madam Chairman, though, I had a question for the board secretary or the board attorney.
Don't be giving my board secretary
No,
Mr.
what
Ruben
happened
extra.
is that there's a whole list here of meetings.
All
And
your
there
special meetings, right?
There's a lot of special meetings, but if you look at the minutes of the special meeting, the special meeting is about the superintendent search, and our board president was conflicted. But it says on the minutes that she was just absent. So my question is, for the record, is it okay for her to be listed in all of these special meetings, just be absent versus being conflicted?
It's okay to say she was absent.
Okay, that was my question.
Good.
I have
Can-
a question. Are we going to,
We have to do them one by one.
okay.
That's my question.
No, one by one.
Okay.
They have to go officially in record one by one.
All right, so we were on that first piece.
Yeah, so.
So Nancy made the motion, I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, special meeting June 3rd, 2025, executive session June 3rd, 2020.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Oh, sorry.
Motion passes.
Special meeting June 4th, 2025, executive session June
Motion.
4th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Special meeting June 9th, 2025, executive session June 9th, 2025.
Motion.
Motion. Second.
Yeah.
Okay, business meeting.
Hold on.
Oh,
hold on.
wait,
wait.
we're still recording.
Are we still
All
recording?
in favor?
Aye.
Excuse me.
Opposed? Motion passes.
So we're on June 12th? Is that
Yeah,
what
we're going to business meeting now.
Okay.
June 12th.
Yeah, business meeting June 12th, 2025, executive session June 12th, 2025.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Special meeting June 16th, 2025, executive session June 16th, 2025.
Motion.
Second.
Second, everybody. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next.
Special meeting June 17th, 2025, executive session.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Special meeting June 25th, executive session June 25th.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Okay. Public comments from the floor. Anybody going to be speaking from the public comments before I read this? Okay, with that in mind, can I have a motion to open public comments?
Motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Public comments is open. Can I have a motion to close public comments?
Motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Public comment is closed. Fiscal fin.
That was Nancy for motion, Brenda for second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Fiscal fin and operations, Dr. Connors.
Be resolved, the following motions identified as items A through L be approved as presented.
Second. Mr. Secretary, can you take the roll?
Sorry, who moved that motion?
I just seconded.
Oh, okay. Oops, sorry. Okay, Dr. Nelson,
Yes.
Mr. Patel, Ms. Rivers,
Yes.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Stafford,
Yes.
Dr. Connors,
Yes.
Ms. Salgado Cowan,
Yes.
Ms. Cherry.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Curriculum, Mr. Patel, your turn now.
That was your turn. So excited.
Be it resolved that following motions identified as item A and B be approved as
No,
presented.
not your turn to do that. Your turn to say yes.
No.
It is his turn.
No,
to
it's
do
his turn.
something. No, but what about Brenda?
Linda,
Nope.
There's nothing there.
Oh, okay, fine. That's what we're hung up on.
Okay,
Sorry.
no. Okay, Mr. Patel read his part, A and B. Can I, second, Mr. Secretary?
Second?
Okay.
Can you take the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Ms. Rivers,
Yes.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Stafford,
Yes.
Dr. Connors,
Yes.
Dr. Nelson,
yes.
Ms. Salgado Cowan,
Yes.
Ms. Cherry.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Pupil Services, Dr. Nelson.
Be it resolved that the following motions identified as items A and B be approved as presented.
Second. Mr. Secretary, can you take the roll?
Ms. Rivers,
Yes.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Stafford,
Yes.
Dr. Connors,
Yes.
Dr. Nelson,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Ms. Salgado Cowan,
Yes.
Ms. Cherry.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Administrative and Auxiliary, Ms. Stratford.
Be it resolved that the following motions identified as items A through C be approved as presented.
Second. Mr. Secretary, can you take the roll?
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Stafford,
Yes.
Dr. Connors,
Yes.
Dr. Nelson,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Ms. Rivers,
Yes.
Ms. Salgado Cowan,
Yes.
Ms. Cherry.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Old business, anybody with old business?
I have old business. I just wanted to report to the board, as well as the community, that we are concluding, the search process for our new superintendent. All the interviews have been done, and we are proceeding to the next step.
Thank you for that updated information so the public stays informed about the superintendent search and where you are in it. Thank you, board members, for all of your commitment and hard work you
Really,
put in.
good work.
Additionally, all those special meetings, as Dr. Connors had mentioned, involved 8 of the 9 board members coming on all of those nights. So I do also want to acknowledge my fellow board members who were able to assist during the numerous events over the month of June. We really worked hard, and we worked together as a team very well, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you.
Dr. Connors?
Well, on the superintendent search, thank you, Nancy, for stepping up and really doing a stellar job on leading us to that point in all of those special meetings. I just want to remind people that we still will be working on our New Jersey School Board Association Master Board certification. We are in need of 5.5 credits, and that's 5.5 hours of training, and so we'll be scheduling that. The good news is we don't have to be finished until a year from November. So, but we it's just imperative that we keep going on learning how to do good governance and as a board. So you'll be hearing from me. I'll be doing that, and we'll try and get something going in the fall, and we'll pick a couple topics and we'll move right along. That was my old business.
Thank you, Dr. Connors. And Dr. Roberto would like to say a few words.
I just want to thank our 3 video photographers in the back. Stand up. You make us look so good. You really do. Is this the field you would like to go into?
This is it.
Right.
Not going well.
Really?
We got 2 no's and a... That's a good one.
That's
It's a
fair.
good one. but we do appreciate your services and thank you for your talent.
Thank
Really,
you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
John, could I impose upon you to ask Robert to come in just for a minute? Robert, we'd like to publicly acknowledge your service to the district.
Thank you.
Shine a light on them.
Robert, come in so the video can see you.
Come on.
Move into the room.
I'm okay.
You represent
Yeah, I know,
the
like, yeah,
people
yeah,
in our entire district that keep us safe. And we do value and appreciate you.
And he's polite.
You know, and standing
Very
next to
polite.
Robert is John Bastrom. Did I say it correctly?
No.
Ball
Ball Trough. John.
Just call him John B.
John B.
I know.
You keep us in communication, you keep our equipment and systems in place, and thank you very much for your good work. Thank you. And Mr. Toma, you also. You're a fine gentleman to work with. And now tomorrow, no reflection on Mr. Toma or anything tomorrow, let's get back to work. Oh, we're closed.
Monday.
Monday, let's get back
Monday,
to
you're rock and
work,
roll.
you know. Thank you, Madam
Always,
President.
always. Anybody with new business?
New business.
And Madam
Tom
President.
first.
This time it's Tom.
Tom first.
Madam President, we touched upon this topic earlier, and that is about how, as a board, and we're here as members, and hopefully like for a 3-year term or whatever, is that we begin to gain institutional knowledge. And along those lines, that I would challenge everyone to go back to this time last year and see all of the things that we as a board do in September and October, November, etc. And the reason I say that is because we're at a point in that calendar where I'm going to recommend that we meet with the superintendent, is that the beginning of school in September will be upon us before long.
Oh.
It will be tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll cut it out.
The thing is that as a board, what we never formalize, that we talk among ourselves, is what will be the message the board wants to give to the public on back to school nights. And then what we end up doing is coming up with a script, with talking points, because it's our opportunity as school liaisons to all get out at the same time during that month to deliver the same message to the school community. So I would just say, one, we have a wealth of institutional knowledge. We're at a point in that calendar where we need to put together the back-to-school nights, talking points, and think about them, and this is our opportunity.
Thank you, Tom. In that same vein, Madam President, I would like to put in some sort of group that perhaps we can think about having a leadership summit just for us board members.
Definitely.
Where we would, a retreat of sorts. It doesn't necessarily have to be overnight or anything. But where we would come together as our full board and gain some, of that knowledge and maybe put it together in a manual or some kind of document that's living, breathing, that we can update as we go along, so that this way when there are new board members, they have that to reflect on, and then they also don't have to just rely on all of our memories. As a 51-year-old, I may not always remember. So that's my first point. I think that the best time I did attend a leadership conference for vice presidents through the New Jersey school boards recently, and many of the school boards have this summit, retreat, whatever you want to call it, in the month of June, I believe, so that this way they can do their board self-evaluation on time for the following year, and they reflect upon that once the close of the school year. So before July 1st, somewhere between May and June, and I would be more than willing to chair that committee in order to speak with the board members and figure out, especially with the fact that we're going to be getting a new superintendent, I think it's vitally important that we all stay informed and cohesive and try to include our new superintendent into what we're doing in the future. So, that's my suggestion, for new business, and I will follow it up with your approval.
You have
Very
approval?
nice.
Okay.
Looking forward to you. Well, let me say this. What we're getting ready to embark on is a new beginning, but something that should have already been existent, but we're not gonna woulda, coulda, shoulda, we're just gonna do it now. With that in mind, a small committee get together. I don't know who wants to be the other two volunteers, that we sit down and we come up with the talking points for back to school night. Therefore, the administration doesn't have to worry about it, because we, the board, is collectively are the ones who are speaking. We are the one talking to the families in the audience, so therefore, all the verbiage and information should be coming from us. Don't everybody raise your hand at once, but just let me know.
Oh.
Hey, got you, okay.
But Tom was already there, right?
Well, Tom is always in the talking point.
Yeah,
Wait
Tom
a minute,
always
that's
talking.
my encyclopedia over there.
I'm a
So,
newbie, I'm a newbie.
okay, so we're gonna do two newbies over here, and
We should do it collectively.
we could do it collectively, but then we have to put a meeting together, being we're all gonna be together, so
You
that's
wanted less than
something.
5 people, I think.
We want less than 5,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
but here's what you can do. We can send it through an email, what your talking points you wanna be, to me, and then I can collaboratively put them all together, send it back to you. That way we don't have to worry about a quorum,
Okay,
and we'll get the job done that way, and nobody has to leave their home.
okay.
Easy peasy. And that way, these 3, these 2, and me, we'll make it happen.
Well, you know, on that,
That could be nice.
as the sort of board historian and with a lot of
Okay,
institutional
I said
knowledge.
encyclopedia, I didn't say historian.
Historian, encyclopedia, whatever it may be, is that if you look at the,
13.
Wait, I was
you know,
still
the
on my turn.
leadership,
No, we're coming back.
No, if we
Your
look
notes,
at
I
the
saw it.
leadership of what Nancy's talking about, this is a practice that we've had in the past that we've gotten away from.
Exactly.
And what it is that, and we're a pivotal juncture now, because we will be bringing onboarding a new superintendent. And so we couched them in the past as retreats, but in these retreats, we pick specific
Topics that we discussed.
and so people are aware that in 2016, when we did a series of these, it actually resulted in our Inspire theme for the entire district, which we've kept. So it's a great idea. I was giving one example, back to school night talking points, that is just one part of this bigger
Picture.
Yeah.
that Nancy wants to start up again, and that is a retreat, but based on future leadership for the board and the people here, addressing specific topics moving forward. And that could morph into another retreat to bring back the book club, to bring back certain things. But it's a beginning. So
It
she's
is.
talking about starting up something that we've done in the past that had a lot of success, that we
A lot.
got away from, and that was it.
Okay, now back to Nancy's talking points and what she's.
I have one more thing, just to bring up. We board members were sent an email from the Council on American Islamic Relations of New Jersey. I encourage all my board members to read the email completely, and I would like to ask, once the board members do read that email, that we can have a discussion at our next meeting about whether we want to actually take action similar to the National Education Association, NEA, to sever ties with the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL. So they're asking us to think about that. So please do read your email in reference to this subject matter, and bring whatever your thoughts are about it to our next meeting, so we can decide whether that's something that we as a board here in Piscataway want to do.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, and that meeting will be on August the 14th, so it gives you time to read it and come back with what your feelings are and what your thoughts are. All right, anybody else with anything else with new business? With that being said, can I have a motion for adjournment?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We are adjourned.